Welcome back. Here's the Kovacs report. And the reviews keep on coming this week. We have Cheetah and Cheshire, Rob the Justice League, #1. Now, this was a book that I wouldn't normally pick up, but it just intrigued me so much sitting there in the DC catalogue with some lovely, lovely art by Nicola Scott. And of course, it's Greg Rucka, so it's bound to be good, right? Yes, so we've got these two DC villains, and they've decided they are going to rub the unrubbable, the Justice League. So I thought, I've got to have it. I've got to read this book. So here we are. I'm going to go through it page by page. There will be spoilers, of course. Please read the book first if you don't want it spoiled. Like the video if you can, and hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, and it would mean the world to me, and I'd really, really, really appreciate it. So before we get into this, I don't know too much about these two characters, really. A bit more of a Marvel guy, sorry. But I did look up Cheetah and Cheshire, and I like what I found. It's very, very interesting. So if I've got this right, Cheetah was a British archaeologist who gained superhuman abilities through a ritual involving the god Urs Katgar. I think that's how you... Urs Kartaga. I think that's it. Urs Kartaga. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, but there is this terrible god that she's made some bargain with, and she was transformed to this cheetah-human hybrid and now possesses enhanced strength, speed, agility, and razor-sharp claws. And I thought that was really cool. But with everything in life, there is a cost. And the cost here seems to be that in order to satisfy this god, she has to eat human flesh and blood. So because she's not a terrible human being or a terrible cheetah human being hybrid, she's struck a deal with the guy at the morgue. So she's been gorging on this body, and that's what we were seeing there. So she chucks him some money and asks him for a fresh one next time. I mean, I get it. I get it. Now, this curse, it does hurt her in a way, I guess, because this hunger is never sort of satisfied, and she's crying out in pain here. She wants to end this terrible, terrible affliction she has, and she screams with pain. She kind of almost takes it out on an innocent bystander, and she swears that she will be free from this. So that's a really interesting thing to put in at the beginning of the book. Not only does it introduce us to the character and what she's going through, but it might suggest that we've got some kind of showdown coming on later. So very, very cool. Now we jump to Cheshire, who's also very, very cool. And using her sort of feminine wily, she's talked this toxicologist, I think it is, into allowing her to use his lab. And you see this brutal thing here where she just gives a little mouse a little tickle, and then a few seconds later it explodes. So she basically been using a lab, and she has this human bomb titration toxin that she's using, and it causes you to explode. I think the clue's in the name, right? Anyway, there's a cute little joke here at the bottom, because he obviously he's quite aroused by her presence. She's a good-looking girl. Anyway, later on, she's on one of her contract jobs. She's a hired, I don't know, I don't want to say killer. I guess she's a hired killer, right? She takes out contract works. She's a hit girl. And she gives the goons the chance to walk away. She says, listen, I'm not here for you. I'm here for your boss. So walk away. Nobody gets hurt apart from your boss. But of course they're goons. They don't listen to reason. So they start shooting, and she starts slicing. And she's like, listen, I gave you a chance, guys, but it ain't enough. They keep on shooting. So that's it. She absolutely decimates them. So the fight scenes are really cool. There's just enough blood to satisfy you, not too much to make it look over the top. And she takes a little walk up to the office to find the target. And she meets Cheetah there, who's already got him in a bit of a position. So she's like, oh, I thought I'd save you some time. So anyway, gives her a little scratch, or rather gives him a little scratch, and walks away. And he's like, what? All this? Does this give me a scratch? But of course, it's laced with that toxin, and he explodes his office. And they're quite happy about it. You see him walking down the stairs, super smug about it. I like that. Anyway, she's there because she wants to ask a favor. She wants her to team up with her because she has a plan, right? There's a heist going. That's what this book is. It's a caper. It's a heist. It's a robbery. And it's really, really interesting. So they're having a little chit chat, and she says, whispers, we're going to rob the watchtower. And Chesure's like, I'm out of here. This is ridiculous. Don't be silly. Don't want to hear anymore. I'm going. Anyway, she follows her out and tries to convince her. And she's saying, well, listen, look, it must be something super interesting and special for you to try and take on not only the Justice League, but the task of getting to space and getting into their sort of, satellite watchtower. Like, what is it? Apparently, there's something called the power bank, right? And it's really interesting. So I'll read the dialogue box here. So they've actually got a physical object that stores all the superpowers, like Superman, all his powers in a box. That's real. And she's saying, correct. So this is what they wanted. Still, obviously want to sell it to make loads of money or cause havoc. I don't know yet. But they decide that the heist is on, the cape is on, we got to go recruit a crew. So we're getting a really cool crew sort of issue next, I reckon, where they're going around, getting all the rest of the team together. And I like those things. It's Ocean 11, but with, with villains from the DC universe. So it's really good fun. Really good fun. The art's nice. The pace is good. The characters are really involving. The characters I would never thought to read before, but now I'm in. I'm really interested. It's a bit like that Mr. Terrific Year 1 book as well. Another character that I didn't really think of reading until I did, and I was absolutely in love with the characters. So I thoroughly recommend this. It's going to be a whole load of fun, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Anyway, those are my thoughts. As usual, please do let me know yours, and if you can, like the video and hit that subscribe button too. Thank you very much. Right, take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.